ஓகே ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுங்க.
Good morning, one and all. Today I am going to explain semiconductor materials. Normally, the materials are classified into three types: conductors, semiconductors, insulators. Semiconductors differ from conductors and insulator. They have two types of mobile charge carriers. Two of the most important semiconductors are silicon and germanium, which belong to the fourth column of the periodic table. It means that these have four valence electrons in the outer orbit. The crystalline structure of both silicon and germanium is the tetravalent pattern, wherein each atom shares four of its valence electrons with each of these four neighboring atoms. Such bonding is known as covalent bonding. At room temperature, all the valence electrons are tightly bound to the nuclei, and these are no free charge carriers, that is, the material behaves as an insulator. Energy band structure of silicon. The energy required to break a covalent bond is about 14.1 electron volt for silicon, 0.7 electron volt for germanium at room temperature. The figure shows the energy band diagram of silicon, from which it is seen that a valence electron must acquire quantum energy jump of well above 14.1 electron volt to cross over to the conduction band. Silicon crystal with one covalent bond broken. At room temperature, a few electrons have sufficient thermal energy to break the covalent bonds, becoming free, leaving behind a vacancy with a net positive charge in the region, while the region surrounding the free electron has a negative charge. This is a pictorial representation in figure, which shows one free electron, one missing covalent electron with the effective positive charge called the hole. The figure also shows an electron which has moved to conduction band, leaving behind a hole. The holes have larger effective mass than electrons. Now we are going to discuss the current flow in the semiconductor. An electron released from a covalent bond leaves behind a hole, and it may fill the hole vacancy in the neighboring bond, which is equivalent to the movement of the hole from one position to another. In other words, the hole has moved to the position vacated by the valence electron from that of the earlier vacant bond, which is now occupied by the electron. Thus, both electrons aid holes acts as charge carriers in semiconductors, as different from the conduction in metals. It must be observed here, where holes are involved, current flow always occurs because of movement of electrons, but the effect is that of a hole moving in the opposite direction. When electric field is applied to the semiconductor material, the electrons drift in opposite direction to E, while holes drift in the direction of E, both adding to a current in the positive direction. The equation for current density as capital J equal to N into mu N plus P into mu P into Q epsilon, and conductivity sigma is equal to N into mu N plus P into mu P into Q, where mu N electron mobility, mu P hole mobility, where N comma P equal to number of electrons and number of holes. Intrinsic semiconductor. In a pure sample of semiconductor material, electron hole pairs are simultaneously generated so that N equal to P equal to Ni equal to N number of electrons or number of holes per meter cube. Such a semiconductor is called intrinsic semiconductor. Constantly new electron hole pairs are being generated and older one are recombining. At room temperature, the density of free electron hole pair is not very high, that is, a small fraction of valence electron are in free state. Preparation of properties of silicon and germanium at room temperature. Normally, the atomic number of silicon is 14 and atomic number of germanium is 32. Doped semiconductors. When pentavalent or trivalent impurity atoms are introduced into the crystalline structure of a semiconductor, there is tremendous increase in the concentration of free electrons or holes with a corresponding enhancement in conductivity of the material, which is known as doped or extrinsic semiconductor. Pentavalent elements commonly used are nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic and antimony, while the trivalent elements are boron, aluminium, gallium and indium. Now we are going to discuss n-type semiconductors. Consider the introduction of small amount of pentavalent in the crystal structure of silicon. The pentavalent atoms has 5 valence electrons, only 4 of which participate in the covalent bonding with neighboring silicon atoms. The 5th electron becomes a free electron, leaving behind a positively charged but immobile ion which cannot take part in the conduction process. This type of impurity is called donor or n-type impurity. As it contributes free electrons from the donor atoms, of course the material as a whole is neutral. The effect of donor impurity on energy band structure of semiconductor is illustrated. It is seen that the energy gap of donor atoms is significantly smaller than that of the intrinsic material. As a consequence, the 5th valence electrons from almost all the donor atoms become free above 300 degree Kelvin temperature. At room temperature in intrinsic silicon, there is about 1 free electron for every 10 power 12 atoms. If doping level is 1 donor atom in 10 million silicon atoms, the free electrons in doped materials rise by 10 power 5 times compared to the intrinsic material. The material being called n-type, wherein electrons are the majority carriers and holes are the minor charge carriers. Now we are going to discuss about the p-type semiconductors. Consider now the introduction of trivalent atoms into the silicon crystal. The 3 valence electrons of the trivalent atom form covalent bonds with the neighboring silicon atoms, while the 4th unfilled bond acts as a pole as it can accept an electron. Such a impurity is called an acceptor or p-type impurity, as it leads to generation of holes in the extrinsic material. The figure shows the band structure of acceptor type or extrinsic material. We find nearly as many extra holes as the number of acceptor atoms appear in the p-type material. Thus, in a p-type material, holes are the majority carriers and electrons are the minority carriers. With this, I conclude the semiconductor materials. Thank you.